Hey guys, I didn't know I was muted. Everything that could go wrong just went wrong. Okay, let's see. Right when I came on. Okay, here we go. My camera messed up. My light broke. Goodness gracious, guys. All right. Hey guys, who's in here waiting? And Miss Anna's live, and I was trying to watch what was going to happen. Hey Bonnie E, how are you? And I have paint on my shirt. There's Ruby Joy yelling for me. Hold on, guys. And my mom's here, guys. I could hear her phone outside, and I didn't want it to feed back for y'all, so I had to get her to shut the door. Okay, say hi as y'all come back in, please. Hey, Penny Riddle, so I know who all's here. Y'all know I have a lot going on during the day, but I gotta find time. I have to find time to do this one because it's important. And we're having game night right after it at 9. I'm going to make a banner real quick, okay? Let y'all come in and then we'll get started. Okay. I'm getting the number, guys. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that's good, y'all. Y'all, I called Joseph to come home and return the light because it was broken. So he's in here real quick and then we'll get started. Let me tell him about what to do, okay? Okay, sorry guys. I know right when I started live, all of a sudden everyone starts talking and coming in and have to get stuff settled. Hey Penny Riddle, how are you? Hey Sidekick. Hey Angie Gibson, you're number 17 to hit the like. Donna Clark. April T. Pac-Man. Hey Ryan. See you later. Okay, guys. So tonight is a really sensitive content. Okay, and Tootie actually posted the story for me. Not for me, for us. And she said I should go live. I should cover it because it's really sad. And it got me thinking about how 2 incidences with my daughter's phone. I saw someone. So this is all kids in her school, in her grade. Hey, Eddie. I'm glad you can make it in here. We're just getting started. I had to settle things. So 2 different kids, and I'm sure there's plenty more. One said, it said something about, I want to, unalive myself. And And the kid said, well, then go do it. And this is, I'm telling you guys, it's 11-year-olds, 10 and 11-year-olds saying this stuff. And then the other day, she was messaging this little boy, and he had messaged her, and he said, and YouTube's probably going to censor this one, guys. There's no getting around it. We can't censor the truth. So YouTube, they're gonna have to deal with it on this one and censor me. Hey, Emery, I am. Hey, Chris Marie. And then another little boy had messaged her and said, 14 little girls are bullying me right now. I'm cutting myself. And I saw it. She was like in front of me. I saw it when he said it. And I said, did he just say? And I was just shocked. I was like, what? And she had messaged back. She was trying to console him, guys, like it was normal. She said, don't do that. It's okay. Those girls aren't worth that. And I'm thinking, it just blew my mind, because I've heard a lot of kids in her school, her grade, her age, talking about unaliving themselves. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. And then what I told her, I told the little boy, I took her phone and I texted him, and I said, if you're feeling sad and upset, I said, what's wrong? Why did you say that? And he said, I just feel sad and depressed sometimes. And I said, well, if you're feeling like that, you need to go tell your parents immediately, but don't ever, ever harm yourself before you go talk to your parents. Well, y'all know what I mean. Don't harm yourselves at all. But I wanted to message her principal, email him, and ask him if they could somehow have a speaker go around and talk to them about it, because they don't realize that unaliving themselves is permanent. There's no going back. And that rational emotions at that age, they're just starting, and they're strong, and they don't know how to deal with them. Hold on, let me Google something. And they don't tell their parents what's going on. They don't tell their parents. Sometimes they don't even tell them if someone's bullying them at school. They definitely won't tell them if they feel sad or depressed. And most of the time, they don't even know what it feels like to be depressed. They don't understand any of it yet. So that's why, guys, it is so important. It is so, so, so important to talk to your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, no matter, I don't care who it is to you. Please talk to them about what it means to unalive yourself, how it's permanent, how it affects everyone that loves you for life. Hold on one second, y'all. And I forgot what I was saying. How it affects everyone around you for life. Everyone that loves you. They don't understand any of that. I'm Googling what you would say to a child about this to see if there's any good articles on what to say to them. Hold on, I'll see if I can find anything good. They can't. They definitely can't process any of it. Any of the emotions. They have no idea what parents should know. How do you talk to your child? Yeah, so this here, right here on Google, it says talking about suicide may be difficult, but it's essential. And guys, when you're talking to them about this, don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it less scary. Don't try to censor it. Tell them all the truth. Tell them the truth. Tell them all of it. Tell them all of the bad that there is. Because if you're doing that and they don't know the truth and they don't know how bad it is, it's not going to help anything. They're not going to realize the severity of it. Hey, Michelle Terrell, how are you? How are you guys? And suicide. Okay, here we go. Suicide impacts almost everyone directly or indirectly. Hearing about it from a trusted source like a parent or a caregiver will assist your child with the right information, and they can speak to others about it accurately. So if you guys tell the children around you about it, hopefully they will go to school and they will pass it on. They will educate the kids that are saying, I feel like I want to, end my life. I feel like I want to harm myself. I feel like I want to cut, or I did cut myself. Hopefully they will pass on what they learned from you guys onto those kids. My father should be checking on their sons as well. No, everyone. I'm saying every adult. If they have a child in their life, sit down and speak to them about this. Because I bet 90% of adults don't ever think to do that. Hey, Teresa M. Guys, YouTube unsubbed Teresa M to me too, and she's also a mod. I don't know why YouTube unsubs people. I know, Eddie, I am, but they all that will happen is they won't monetize this one, or they'll limit monetization because of the words, suicide or cut themselves. But I have to say those words with this because there's no other way to put it. And if I'm telling parents not to censor it with their kids, tell them the raw truth for them to know the severity. Okay. And if I'm telling their parents to do that, I can't censor my words. YouTube has to quit censoring us on real life problems. I know it's hard. I know. Eddie, I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube either, but it's hard. My sister decided on homeschool. And that's another thing. Guys, y'all don't know how bad I want to homeschool my kids. It is terrifying. Seeing those little kids say those things on my daughter's phone, and my daughter, it makes them think that it's normal, because it makes all the kids think that it's normal because they're all saying it. It's like a trend. It's a really bad trend, and it's something they're using as an actual emotion. Like, I had a bad day, I feel like unaliving myself. Like, they're literally using it as an emotion. They have no idea the seriousness. So here's what it says for young children. Keep the talk simple. If a really young child asks about it, keep your answers short and to the point. Say something like, this person had a disease in their brain and it took over. Talk about it like any other health condition, or as if the individual passed as a heart attack or cancer, such as they died and it's very sad. Follow the lead of the child and answer their questions with short answers. Short answers. And then they say 7 and up, give more detail. Be honest. We need to tell them about depression, guys. We need to tell them about what it means to be depressed and how it feels and what you need to do when you start feeling down. And I feel like the biggest things, that the starter that is causing this at school, is the way they're treated, is the bullies. And it sucks because we know on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, you know that there are so many adult bullies. And the ones that have been the worst to me on YouTube have been not women my age, but women like my mother's age. It blows my mind that they treat people the way they do at that age. They haven't learned their lesson. Or they don't know better, or they haven't been through it themselves. Their life experiences haven't made them stop and think not to treat someone like that. But it's happened. And when kids are around adults like that in their home life, they're going to live by example. And they're going to go to school and they're going to treat others like that. So those people that are on YouTube, on Facebook, on any media platform, social platform, I should say, that are treating other people like that, they don't know the influence they hold in acting like that. If you put, so the other day someone shared the post with my magnets, right? And they tagged Savage Live Media in it. I can't remember their name, but they said the sickness with these people is real. And I was telling Joseph, I was like, I'm deleting that post because I don't want them to have that to look at and conversate over for content when it's something I'm trying to do out of goodness of my heart. And it's something that that people donated those out of goodness of their heart. And I want everyone to be able to have those beautiful faces in their home every single day to remember them. And I think their parents and their family and their loved ones would want that too. So I don't see anything being sick about it. But okay, I derailed a little bit. But Joseph said, the thing about them is, what did he say? Let me think for a second. He said something that made so much sense. I'll think of it in a second. When my son was in high school, he told me many stories about his friends cutting and ODing. It's scary. Hey, Tammy. Yes, of course, it's a serious problem because of social media. It's hard to stop it because it's hard to get them to get to them in time. I remember I heard this little story. It hit me so hard, guys, of the little boy who he kept breaking his Xbox controller, throwing it and getting mad. I think it was an Xbox controller or his monitor, his computer monitor, one of them. And his dad told him, you break it again and you're going to be in humongous trouble. Hold on, I'm going to find that for you. See, Eddie, this is how annoying it is. I just Googled unalives instead of the other word because we're so used to being censored and hushed on here. Oh, guys, I remember what Joseph said. So I told him about that person sharing that and saying the sickness is real with these people and tagging Savage Live Media. I don't think Savage would have commented on it because I don't think they even like who sees that as a bad thing. But either way, I told Joseph about it. I said I was deleting that post because I didn't want them to be able to use it as a conversation. Like that is the sickness to me. Like I'm sitting here taking time away from my children and my life to do this, and I'm labeled as having a sickness because I want to share those. And I think my mom's leaving, guys. I gotta say bye to her. But Joseph said if they put just a little bit of as much effort as they put into what they're doing on YouTube or on social platforms, period, into being kind or doing something positive at all in this world, imagine how much different the world would be. Hold on, guys, 1 second. I'm going to say bye to my mom. So instead of sharing that post on a magnet saying the sickness is real, go share a post about how important it is to talk to your children about what's going on in every single school right now in the US. I mean, the world. I'm sure it's not country isolated. You know what I mean? Like, do something positive instead of sharing a post being weird and nasty about something and making bad out of anything. Instead of seeing bad out of anything, try to find something good in it. Try to look at it that way and see how much your life changes. Just try it. Try it for me. Okay, I'm going to top this. I'm going to find this for me, y'all. It broke my heart. This was the first story that I heard that made me it's that terrified me about my kids. My kids were younger than they are now. I went in there and I talked to them about it, and I showed them the little boy, and I let them see his father's video, and I told them how terrified I am of that happening to them. I'm looking for it right now. I typed in computer monitor. Maybe it's his Xbox controller. Do any of you know what I'm talking about? What case I'm talking about? Here it is. Okay. So this is the one I'm talking about. This is the one when it happened in 2021. It terrified me. It hit me hard. I realized that my kids right then could come home and do that, and I would have no idea anything was wrong with them. I sat both of them down and I talked to them, and I told them how terrified I was that would ever happen to them. And like I said, I showed them it all. I let them watch his video, the dad's video. So it's dad whose 12-year-old son died of suicide during the pandemic, warns parents no one saw this coming. So the article says that Hayden was a good friend and leader in his 6th grade classroom. He was 12 years old, y'all. He was cherished by his parents, grandparents, and 2 sisters who called him Bubba. He had a fire in his belly for football, loved to dance, and offered up hugs when they were needed. But on April 17th, 2020, okay, it happened in 2020, a beautiful sunny Friday in Aledo, I guess, whatever, in Texas, at the start of the mandated stay-at-home orders, Hayden, he unalived himself. Y'all can read how. And it was 4 days before his 13th birthday. Guys, oh my gosh. His dad believes Hayden's unaliving was an impulsive response to a stream of circumstances. And guys, I feel like most of the time, unaliving yourself is it's impulsive. It's an impulsive reaction. They're not thinking long term. Does that make sense? I feel like they're thinking about right then and there, and they just do it before you know what I mean? So why it's very important to tell them when they're having that thought, they need to try their hardest to stop and just tell them, you're having those thoughts, stop and think, go get someone. Do not let it be impulsive. Because if they do let it get that far and they do act on that impulse, they're going to play it all the way out. My granddaughter will start public school in August. I'm terrified. And she's been in Christian school since kindergarten. Christian schools don't make a difference. It doesn't matter what kind of public thing they're in. It's kids everywhere talking about it, acting like it, doing it. And if you have any kind of, if they have any kind of technology, anything, the buses, y'all, I was talking about my kids. They ride the bus home. We take them in the morning to school, and then they ride the bus in the afternoons home. And even though it's a really short drive, they have heard stuff on that bus that you would not believe. And it made me realize, remember that when I was young riding the buses, I heard things that I don't even hear as an adult. These kids, I'll tell you another thing. I had to make my daughter hang up the other night because one of her friends added her into this group call, and we were in the car. And as soon as she was added into it, this little girl said, it was like cussing someone out, said the F word like twice. I said, Bailey, hang up that call right now. And then she hung up, and her friend that had added her in called again, and she answered, and she said, guys, stop, take me out of the group call. And I said directly to her friend that kept adding, I said, listen, Bailey is not allowed to talk to anyone or be in any group chats with anyone who's talking like that. I was like, little kids should not talk like that. We have to keep a better watch on these kids. We have to stop talking like that if we want them to stop talking like that, guys. Lead by example. You want your kids to walk around saying the F word and you think it's cute or funny or okay? Fine. But think about the rest of the world. You're responsible for how your kid is going to influence everyone around them. It's a huge responsibility. There are so many videos about Karens that children see. They think it's normal. Oh, love you, Lady 7-Up. An adult bully. The games that they target the weekend before, being bullied. Hey, Pen 1010. It's tonight. It's tonight. At 9 Central. It's already posted, Chris Marie. I would hate to have the name Karen because of the title they got. They can start out making fun of them losing in a game and they'll be bullied. It happens everywhere. Everywhere. Game streams. Yes, thank you, Donna Clark. Hey, Kathy Blanks. I try to say KL, but I just can't do it. Yeah, their emotions. They don't get it. Guys, I'm going to have to skip down just a little bit. Lanessa Boo, so many young kids have done this in our town. They've got to be held responsible. They've got to be taught better. It starts at home. Guys, it starts at home. I understand some parents try their hardest and kids are sometimes they're going to just be who they are. But most of the time, the parents do not give a crap how the kids are talking, what they're doing. They give them their phones and let them stay in their room with no supervision. Don't check their phones. Adults need to be more responsible for the kids. This public school is huge compared to her previous school, though. The only bully we experienced was our teacher. I know, Donna, even teachers. I'm glad she was fired, and I know why you're worried, Donna. That's so scary. I understand. Yes, it's posted if you want to go hit the notification on, okay? All right, so let's keep reading this about this little boy. He wasn't a depressed kid. He hated online school. He wasn't around his friends. He was bored, isolated, and unable to hang out with his friends due to the quarantine restrictions. Hayden increasingly turned to another favorite pastime, playing Fortnite on his Xbox. His parents, aware of his frustration, relaxed the rules around his online time and bought him a new gaming monitor. Now, when his dad searches for answers to his son's death, he thinks of the monitor, which he later learned his son accidentally broke just before his tragic death. Kids make more out of a situation than it is. They don't know the sun is going to come up tomorrow. That's exactly what I'm saying. They don't know. They don't understand that emotion. In that second, you're overwhelmed with this sense of passion of sorts. Many kids have felt the gut punch of the... Okay, we're not going to read about that. Listen to that during the pandemic. The tragic consequences of the hopelessness are all too familiar to Superintendent Jesus Jara. I hope I said that right. Probably slaughtered it. Of the Clark County School District in Nevada. 24 students there lost their lives due to unaliving. Holy cow. During the isolation. The youngest victim was 9 years old, y'all. I'm trying to find, this was the little boy, guys. I'm trying to find the video from this dad. It is so sad. Here we go. In a year since Hayden died, his family founded Hayden's Corner, a nonprofit dedicated to educating parents and kids about mental health. His dad has made it his goal to encourage parents to discuss suicide with their children. this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, how important. It's so important to talk about it with them. Please, guys. Because not talking about it gets people unalived. We didn't have that conversation with Hayden, and we loved him every day. Okay, that's not it. Okay, at the end of this, if I have time, we will we'll go find his video, because his video is very gut-wrenching. Okay, he says basically that everything he should say, everything parents need to hear, guys. Okay, about this. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell them the raw truth. But the story was that he broke his computer monitor. He thought he was going to get in trouble. He acted on impulse, and it was a very dramatic reason. And he didn't realize that. It didn't have to happen. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal at all, actually. It's just something that money buys. He didn't understand that. Hey, Deb Mundorf, how are you? Guys, we're talking about something very, I think I said hi to you already, didn't I? Very, 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 very sensitive. Please, if you can't handle it, remember, take care of your mental health. But it's still important to hear, because we have to know for us to be able to talk to our kids about it. Hey, Esteels, how are you? I did all the shipping labels last night, by the way, speaking of Esteels, for the magnets, so I'm going to get those out probably in the morning. Someone is sawing outside. Well, it's Saturday. They might go out Monday. My friend's son, age 14, did it. No one saw it coming. Oh, 14, guys. These ages. Hey, Coco, how are you? School still fails our children. Guys, I'll tell you what. In our school, it's literally the teachers are in just as much of a huge popularity contest as the children, the students. It's awful. It is ridiculous. So, hold on. I'm going to see if Miss Ann, what she's still. I'm trying to keep up with Miss Ann's live too, y'all. I feel bad that I left her, but this is important. So, I had to find time to talk about it. And yes, it's definitely online. And it's definitely with women even older than me being the main ones that have ever targeted me on here. Isn't that crazy? BB Diamond, it is. You live in Nevada? Jinkies, don't do that. I love you, though. Thank you, Jinkies. Look at her. Let's play her. Let's play her the video, guys. Say the same thing every single time. I say you're the best. Thank you, Jinkies. I appreciate it. Parents are horrible here. Some of my daughter's friends, their parents are worse than the kids. I'll tell y'all what, it's terrifying. Hey, Juicer, how are you today? Hey, truly amazing. Yay! I'm glad you found us. Hey, Moto Mom. When my Logan was 9, he told me he didn't want to live. I immediately found a therapist for him and let the preacher talk with him. Good job, Mama. Good job. I'm glad he told you. I'm so glad he said something to you, because most of the time parents have no clue that their kids even understood what that feeling was at 9, right? Hey, good vibes. How are you? One you were talking about is in Texas. It was a 12. It was like 4 days before his 13th birthday, 3 or 4. Can't remember what it said now. Broke his controller and then broke his monitor and knew it was going to be trouble. Yep. Isn't that so sad? Oh my gosh, that's so sad. It's Friday. I know, but tomorrow's Saturday. So I don't know if I'll wake up in time to get to the post office where they close to ship them. So they might ship out Monday. Hey, James Dale. Yes, game night is tonight. So, guys, we're going to talk about, I'm just going to highlight 3 kids. 3 kids. I pulled her up, guys, because this is the one that Tootie said she would like to see talked about. This is the most recent one that I think the most recent one that I pulled up. I just pulled up 3 random ones after this. 3 random ones. There were so many. It is overwhelming. It is horrible. But this is Aubrey Wyatt. She unalived herself in the school bathroom. Here, I'll read it to y'all. If you've seen the hashtag LLAW on your social media feeds, you've heard of Aubrey Wyatt, the 13-year-old from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. She died by unaliving on September 4th, 2023, and since then her story has spread far and wide. Her mother, Heather, began opening up about her grief and shared her daughter's story on social media, especially TikTok, in the aftermath of her death. Aubrey's name and photos began to spread, and the hashtag LLAW, Live Like Aubrey Wyatt, started trending as well. Heather previously claimed that consistent bullying led to her daughter's death, stating that at least 4 girls bullied Aubrey, who was in 8th grade, when she died. Heather has also called for people to be held accountable. Although Heather never named the 4 girls publicly, internet sleuths, ascertained the identities of the girls Heather claimed to have bullied her daughter, and their names were circulated widely. So I don't know that word either, so we're just going to keep going. Oh my gosh. So they shared the text between the mom and her, and I saw videos with a few of the texts, guys. She was definitely trying to fight it. Aubrey was. She was trying to stand up for herself. She was trying to stop it. Her mom went to the school. Her mom tried. This was a mom that was aware, and it still happened. So in response of all of this, hold on, y'all, 1 second. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm going to keep reading it, and I'll read y'all's comments in just a moment. In response, the parents of the 4 teens filed a lawsuit against Heather, Aubrey's mom, the one that lost her daughter due to their bullying. The parents of the 4 teens that caused Aubrey to feel this way filed a lawsuit against the mom, claiming defamation and slander. After the July 2nd filing, a judge also ruled that Heather must shut down all of her social media accounts. So they silenced her mother from sharing the story and trying to get awareness out there and keeping her daughter's remembrance out there. They silenced her from doing that because the 4 parents of the alleged bullies, decided to sue her. The world is so messed up, guys. There are so many humans with no heart, no morals, no care other than for themselves. It's disgusting. And the worst part is they're raising their kids to be the exact same way, and they see nothing wrong with it. It's scary. Many social media users were outraged at the ruling, saying it violated Heather's freedom of speech. Supporters of Heather, including other TikTokers, have posted messages of support. Uh-oh. Mama taught on TikTok. Oh, of course she shared a message of support for Heather. Since Aubrey's mama can't speak out for her, or can't speak for her, I suppose we will. When their voice is silenced, use yours. According to Newsweek, the complaint against her read, in part, as a direct and proximate cause of the false, defamatory, and slanderous social media post of the defendant, Heather Wyatt. And I want to remind you guys, Aubrey's mom never said, typed, posted the 4 names at all. She did not want their identity known online. Sleuths found it out and started posting them. So they're basically blaming her for what her children said in their actions. Isn't that crazy? The plaintiff's minor children have been receiving insulting and revolting messages from around the world attacking them, calling them vulgar names. I'm not going to say that word. These young ladies were in the 8th grade. However, on July 16th, the parents dropped the lawsuit. Oh, good. The case was dismissed, and the filing reads, meaning the parents can file in the future should they choose. It's unclear if the judge in the case will lift the social media ban. I think that, I know the ban was lifted, guys. So she's able to be on social media again. She had a I don't know if it was a GoFundMe, but she had a fundraiser and it raised $110,000. That's awesome. She said that Aubrey loved the beach, her friends, gymnastics, riding four-wheelers, and making TikToks. In addition to her mother, Aubrey is survived by a sister, brother, and a grandfather. Her mom has most recently used her platform to advocate for mental health care. In a July 11th update on the GoFundMe, Heather urged people to make donations to local therapists and counselors and to check in with local crisis centers to see if there's anyone that needs help. And there's Aubrey, guys. Look at that beautiful, beautiful girl. Look at her. I wish she would have known that she would have never had to see those bullies again in a few years. Or I'm sure her mom would have took her out of school at all. You know what I mean? I just wish kids knew more about it, about how to handle it and how to get help and what to say. And I wish parents acted more on it when needed. Does that make sense? So that's her. Hold on. I'm trying to read what this says to see if I need to read this out loud. So guys, seriously, right here, this is what I have in the banner. If any of you are feeling too depressed or having any thoughts, and please share this with your children or anyone you know, just share this with anyone that you feel you need to share it with. Because you never see it coming. Okay, you never see it coming. But if you're having thoughts of unaliving yourself, or you are feeling down, or you just need someone to listen, you can at any time of day or night, anytime, 24 hours, text the numbers 988. Okay, 988. And it says there's also one where you can text the word strength to the crisis text line, and that number is 741741. There's also a 988lifeline.org website. So guys, share those around, okay? I'm gonna play a video for y'all. Hold on. I gotta get to YouTube. And then I'll come over and see y'all's comments. Hold on just a second. So some of these TikToks have songs that I want to share, but I really want to share them. So if it gets me in trouble, I'll just have to delete those clips after this is over. But they're being shared right now, and that's what matters. Okay, Brian, stop it. Oh, hey, Brian, how are you? Oh, yeah, I'm trying. I mean, any one video from every channel can make the biggest difference. One video like this. Kids, okay, so no, she did not. She hung herself in the school bathroom. Kids haven't developed problem-solving skills, and the pressures are so much worse nowadays. Oh, yeah, there's so many. Oh, there's so many. My 39-year-old son, his best friend back in high school, my son has not gotten over it. Oh. That's sad. I have a few friends that chose to unalive themselves, and also my father. So it's a very sensitive subject. Kathy Blanks, you did not have to do that. Thank you so much for doing that. But I appreciate you and I love you. My niece passed away from suicide from being bullied a few years back. She was 12. Oh, good vibes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My husband made the decision in 2010. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so sorry. You will never understand it. And I don't think in that moment, they don't even understand what's happening. They don't understand the emotions. They don't understand the thoughts. And if they waited a few minutes to survive that, they would realize that it wasn't the right answer. It's just a chemical in our brain that goes wrong, gets out of whack. It's something they can't help. They can't help it. And they act on it too quick. And sometimes there's people who think about it for a year before they do it. And nothing anyone says will change their mind. But kids can be told the truth. Kids can be aware of the feelings and emotions, and kids can be given tools to help when they're feeling any of it. It's important to do that. It's important to tell your kids how they would be ripping hearts out of anyone they love for the rest of their lives. Also, it's very important. All of it is important. Pin 1010. You can thank Tootie, because Tootie made me realize that, and he's talked about, because right before this, like I told you, I saw 2 different kids talking about it on my daughter's phone. It made me sick. I'm still doing my thing too. Oh, good, Braden. On your channel? Hold on, I need to go make sure I'm subbed up. I know, guys, this isn't going to be a popular topic, and true crime doesn't get watched near as much as the drama. But you know what? The people who do watch it, God put them here to watch it for a reason. So that's what matters. I don't care if there were 10 people watching it. I would still sit here and do this about this live. Okay. I was subbed, Bryden, but I put my notifications on. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I'm so sorry, KDP. I follow this case on TikTok also. I don't understand how bad it has to be to do that as an adult and leave their children behind. They are not thinking. They're not thinking. They're just not thinking. Because if they were, they would never leave their loved ones, their kids, their wives, my little brother did also. I was traumatized by it for years. I held him as he died. Oh, Broad, I'm so sorry. Hey, buddy, you done?
You also told me to come back.
Hold on, guys, please. One second, guys. My son walked in from fishing. Okay. I was telling him to go take a shower, y'all. He smells like a fish. Literally. He's going to turn into a fish. KDP, I understand that. I understand staying angry. I completely understand. You just can't help but be angry. I tried in my 20s. I would never do it again. Oh, brat. Oh, okay. Well, you guys were the ones who shared it, and it made me realize we need to talk about it. Whoever shared it, thank you for sharing it. It's not about me. It's about us kids. Yeah. All right. So I want to play this TikTok. Of Aubrey's mother. This is where she found her goodbye notes 9 months after she passed away. It's really sad, y'all. And like I said, I'm sure some of these I'll have to remove them afterwards. But guys, I want to show y'all some videos you can show your kids. Hold on, let me stop sharing this real quick. So that they can realize the significance of how bad everyone around them, how bad it hurts them. So if you guys want to see more, read more about that, it's Aubrey Wyatt. Okay. Her name is Aubrey Wyatt. There's her face, guys. And if you type in Aubrey Wyatt on the YouTube or definitely on a TikTok, her mom posts it everywhere. So it's so sad. Oh, yeah, that's true. Broaden is awful. I'm going to be so mad if Dolly doesn't go to the... I think he's trying. It is very selfish. That's one thing. I told my kids that. I said it is very selfish. It's a very selfish thing to do. Oh, no. Okay, Broaden, I'll try to catch you. At some point. Okay, so we have the little one on my, what do you call it? Thumbnail, Sammy. I'm going to show y'all his story. Well, a little tiny piece of his story.
Fourth grader in Greenfield is dead. His parents say he took his own life due to relentless bullying.
Tonight in a 13 News exclusive, our Chase House sat down with the child's parents who tell us they never thought it would end this way.
10-year-old Sammy Toish was known by his family for being spontaneous, like here, when he jumped in this pond in 50-degree weather at the side of some little waves.
How was it? Good.
That little laugh and his big smile may not be heard or seen around the Toish home anymore, but will live in their hearts forever.
He was my little boy. He was my baby. He was the youngest one.
Sammy's family says he killed himself Sunday morning.
I held him in my arms and I did things that no father should ever have to do. And anytime I closed my eyes, that's all I could see.
According to Sammy's family, he was being bullied up until the night before he died. First, they say it started at his school, Greenfield Intermediate, about 2.
Guys, I want you to also talk to your kids about bullying. Talk to your kids about being the bully. Hold on. Okay, guys, sorry, my son had to tell me something. But yeah, talk to your kids also about being the bully too. Make sure you talk to them about that too. It's very important to have that talk also.
2 years ago.
They were making fun of him. for his glasses. In the beginning, they went on to make fun of his teeth.
What started as words, they say, progressively turned physical.
He was beat up on the school bus, and
Okay, Teresa M. It was Teresa M. also who asked me to talk about it. Thank you guys for sending it to me. It made me realize, look, they were even physical with this little boy.
the kid broke his glasses and everything. And I called the school and I'm like, what are you doing about this? It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. It's not getting any better. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse.
His dad says this was just one of the 20 times he'd been in contact with the school about the bullying. I reached out to the superintendent of schools, Dr. Harold Olin, for an interview. And although he wasn't available, he did answer my questions. He says there was no bullying report ever submitted by the parents or the student. But he also says the school's administrators and counselor had regular conversation with the family throughout the year, but can't share the content of those conversations.
They knew this was going on.
Sammy's family says the bullying progressed from school and the bus to places like Snapchat, even despite him having limited access to his phone.
I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat you up when you get to school. I'm going to, saying mean things about Nikki, which would really, really set him off.
His suicide, they believe, was because he feared going to school after an incident in the bathroom last week and the constant harassment. And while the family may be putting Sammy to rest in the coming days, his mom wishes she was saying good night instead of goodbye.
I always tell the kids, because Sammy and his sister went to bed first because they were younger, and telling them they had to brush their teeth and get ready for bed, and having him not being there to hug before bed.
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it truly is. Your heart really
That
goes
is
out to
so
that family
sad,
right
God.
there. That tree that you...
That's just one out of uncountable ones. Guys, y'all are gonna have to give me 1 second to run to the restroom real quick, okay? And then we'll watch the next one. All right, sorry, y'all. I'm back. I didn't have Joseph here to talk while I was running to the restroom. Oh yeah, you automatically expect a note, but what do they say? What do they say to their loved ones when they're doing something they know they that's gonna hurt their loved ones? You know what I mean? Hey, Jenny from the block. I love you too. I talk to my grandkids a lot every day. Oh, good. But make sure you also tell them that if they're getting treated bad at school, if they're having any really sad feelings that they don't know how to handle, tell an adult immediately. Talk to someone. Every day dropping my grandson off and picking him up from school, we talked about that stuff. He didn't want to, but I made him, just couldn't take the chance. Right. Please, yes, please, guys. They're not ever going to want to talk about it. Ever. But until you're in that position thinking that S is the best way out, others don't understand it, which I didn't before I experienced it. I have experienced it too. And I know, trust me, I know no one's going to understand. That's why you do have anger. That's why you do have anger when someone does it, because you don't understand. You can't understand. You can't understand why. Trust me. These schools do not care. It's just a paycheck for them. That's why I do not put my. There are a few good teachers left that do care, but I was talking a few, y'all. A few. I will not put my son in school. I want to homeschool my kids so bad, guys. I'm so scared. I won't be able to help them as much as they need the help, but anything else happens, I'm thinking so hard about it, trust me. Especially after I saw those two kids so freely talk about it on their phone. It's like a trend now. I'm sorry, Becky. I cannot ever imagine the pain. You're absolutely right. Luckily, I had my kids to think about leaving this earth. Didn't know way. See, I'm sure. What percentage would you say of people think about it, have thought about it, have thought about it at least once, like seriously been close to it? What percentage would you guys guess? I'm not among y'all. I said it backwards. Young mom, but I'm still homeschooled. I'll still homeschool if this situation arises, right? Like, some people in my family don't realize how horrible school is right now for my kids. And they're like, you don't know how to homeschool. You can't teach. I'm like, I don't care. Well, anything outweighs. And then they'd be like, and then they say, what about their social life? I don't care about their social life, to be quite frank, because their life is what's important. You know, it's just, if someone doesn't understand, just do what you feel you need to do as a parent. Okay. You think about 75% of people. Okay, so the next one is the little girl on my. Let me find it. The little girl on my thumbnail, and it's Flora Martinez. She unalived herself after being bullied too. Wait, how do I? Hold on. No. Do this. Okay, there we go.
She was beautiful. She cared so deeply about everybody.
Alice and Joshua are dealing with an unimaginable loss. The death of their preteen daughter, Flora.
She was the most outdoorsy city girl you can imagine. She could take it for just so long and she was ready to go home. So she loved to dance and sing. She's a very, very good artist. She could draw just about anything. She was really great at that.
She was just a very loving girl. At home, she loved her family. You know, she loved to conversate with us. She loved to have her friends over. She had a lot of friends. She was just a very loving person, very caring, very loving.
The bullying began shortly after Flora started 6th grade in Las Vegas, Nevada this past fall.
Maybe the first 3 or 4 weeks, everything was okay. And then she started slowly having problems right around after a month, I believe. It started just at school, and towards the end of the school year, it moved its way to social media. From what I understand, it was a private group on Instagram that she and a bunch of other kids were a part of. I haven't seen it myself because it's obviously a private group, but one parent did, and some of the things they said weren't so nice. So.
She sent us screenshots of the conversations that she was seeing. And I don't understand how these kids learn these things. It's not something that, you or I would even think of to say. And these
Where do you guys think the kids learn these things? Do you think they learn these things from their home life, from having phones, being on, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all that? Where do you think they learn it? I just want y'all's opinions on where it comes from in the first place.
It's a karate blanket!
Whoa.
At first, when this all started happening and they started suspending,
Imagine a daughter that young getting taken away from you. From her, caused by herself. That's terrible.
To see that she didn't want to go to school every day was just heartbreaking. One of my favorite things to do was to wake her up in the morning, because I would wake her up singing to her. And she'd get up, 5-10 minutes later, get ready for school. I would have a little conversation. The school was only 5 minutes away from our house, so it wasn't very long. But, we'd have a short conversation, tell her, make it a great day. I love you. And I'll see you this afternoon. But it was just hard knowing that towards the end there that she didn't want to go to school. She would text me an hour or two before the day was over with and like, Dad, please, will you come get me? I'm like, you just got to write it out. You got 1 hour left. That was probably like the last month. She would text me maybe once a week. Will you come get me? Come pick me up early. I told her I can't. You have to stay there for the rest of the day. Just finish it out. If you have any problems, do what you're told and go talk to the vice principal.
Her parents say their request for an emergency school transfer was denied. As the school year wound down, the bullying ramped up.
When I would pick her up and ask her how her day was, she would tell me, oh, such and such and her friends were picking on me again today. And as it got closer to the end of the school year, tell her, look, baby, you got 2 months left. You got a month left. You got 2 weeks left. Just come on, we're almost at the finish line. You'll be on summer break soon. And it's hard because she had 12 days left. And every morning I was counting down with her. All right, you got a week, you got 2 weeks left, baby. Have a great day. Make it a great day. I'll see you this afternoon. And unfortunately, we didn't get to the finish line of the school year.
On May 7th, Joshua was making dinner. He went to check in on Flora. Her bedroom door was locked, which he says was not typical. He got a key and opened the door. And that is when he found his daughter.
I rushed in, grabbed her, got her down, and started CPR until first responders arrived.
my other son was there. He helped them get her down. And they had to get the ligature off her neck and everything so he could do CPR.
But Flora could not be saved. The little girl was pronounced dead at the hospital. Her funeral was held days later. Even after Flora's death, the online vitriol didn't stop, her parents say.
After she passed away, it got real ugly real fast. They were saying things like, I'm glad she's dead. It makes me the happiest person in the world.
Another one said, may she rest in piss instead of peace.
Listen
I wish
to what
I
the
could go
kids
to her
say.
house and shoot.
Listen to what the kids said after she died. After this little girl died, they said, I'm glad she's dead. May she rest in peace. Can you imagine? That's how kids everywhere I've seen talking like that. Everywhere are that cruel, that cold-hearted.
Her corpse up with my gun.
That makes me sick.
Yeah, very horrible things. Social media has made it to where you can talk about people from afar and have no consequences.
It's okay, Wicked.
Flora's parents say that no one from the school has reached out.
And that's the big problem, even with adults on YouTube. That's the problem, is they can get on here and they can talk to you and about you through the screen. They can hide their name or they can hide their face while they're saying it. And they're not going to get confronted in person. They're not going to get held responsible in person. They're not, let me see. I can't see that far. They're not going to they're not even, their family's not going to know what kind of person they're being, what they're saying. Oh, okay. And that makes it easier for them to do it online. That doesn't change the kind of person they truly are if they're able to do that, but it just makes it easier for them to do it through a screen. It's okay, Wicked West. We're going to do game night right after this. See you later. Type it again. Type in the rest of your comment. I'm curious. I think they learn a lot from social media. This man wasn't listening to his daughter. Okay, Emery, all these cases that I'm playing, I'm not sure about the last one, the 9-year-old. I'm not sure about that one. Watch in a second. But so Aubrey Wyatt's mom knew about her being bullied. Sammy's parents knew about him being bullied. And Floral's parents knew about her being bullied. I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 second while I finish the show.
Out to them, apologized, or even extended their condolences. Alice says that even days after her daughter's passing, the school sent a reminder email that Flora needed to be registered for the upcoming school year.
I got the blanket email, like I said, that notifies every parent that a student from the school passed away. And for the first 2 weeks, they kept emailing me every morning to remind me to complete her fall registration. They couldn't even take her name off that so that I didn't have to look at that every day. They knew she wasn't coming back. But we haven't heard anything from them.
Inside Edition Digital's multiple requests for comment from Dwayne D. Keller Middle School have gone unanswered. A spokesperson for the Clark County School District Superintendent.
It's 11 minutes long. But this is Flora Martinez. Okay, if y'all want to look that one up. Now we're going to go to the 9-year-old little girl. Her name is McKenzie Adams. She was in Alabama. This happened 5 years ago, and the description says she was a straight A student in the 4th grade, but her mother says she took her own life after being bullied at 2 different schools in Alabama. She says that classmates taunted her with racist comments, and she claims that the bullying was reported to the school, but through a lawyer, teachers said they didn't know about it. The school district is investigating while the Adams family plans to lay McKenzie to rest. I'm going to play that one, y'all, real quick about McKenzie.
Fourth grader McKenzie Adams dons a shirt that says blessed, and her mom says she was.
That was my angel. You know, she was a straight A student, very smart.
But her mother says bullying at fourth grader McKenzie Adams dons a shirt that says blessed.
Sorry, I just started over you.
Mom says she was.
That was my angel. You know, she was a straight A student, very smart.
But her mother says bullying at 2 schools in Alabama eventually led her to take her own life. She says she carpooled to school with a family friend who was white, and classmates taunted her with racist comments.
Things you wouldn't think a 9-year-old should know. And before my baby could tell me some of the things that they, said to her, I was just like, where are they learning this from?
Mom says she told teachers, but McKenzie's grandmother endured the unthinkable, discovering her lifeless body in their home last week.
Just seeing my baby laying there, not being able to say nothing to me.
The school district is now investigating.
We have provided grief counselors, crisis counselors at the schools, ministers, youth ministers have been on campus.
Local police claim about a dozen teachers and school administrators say they didn't know about the bullying. McKenzie's funeral is Saturday. For InsideEdition.com, I'm Lisa Wojtycki.
Okay. So that's her story, guys. I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop playing that. So those are just 3 stories. Actually 4 with Aubrey's. It's sad. And my main my main point of this live is to remind you guys and to remind others that you know to talk about it to their kids. Not just their kids, any kids that need to talk to about it. They need to Instagram like TikTok. So my daughter has had like 5 YouTubes that we had no idea she had. My daughter bad, y'all. She will hide them from us. And we have found them. And we'd have to delete all the videos. And she would have like 200 shorts on there. Thank you, babe. She would have, oh, and Ryan Joseph said hi back. I was muted. He didn't know. So she would have all these shorts on there, her face, her dancing, like doing the TikTok dances, shaking her booty, all this. Oh, it was awful. And we would have no idea they existed until we found them, because they wouldn't be, we couldn't even find them on her phone. It would be different accounts. It was, I don't know what the girl was doing, but we found one that was from 2 years ago last time we went through her phone. And I think Huntress found one, actually. I think it was Huntress, because we were working right then to delete videos on the account she had on her phone. So I finally signed her into mine, and so that I could see my other account, my dumpling account that I don't use anymore, so that I could log in and see what she's watched and, you know, her activity in there. It's hard. But my point is to that, seeing all these little girls shaking their booties and showing their faces and saying their names and their stories about their best friends and their secrets, don't delete TikTok. Tell your kids, not you delete it, but delete it off your kids' phones, tablets, social media. Even if you say they're just watching, and my kids, I'm guilty of this too. Trust me. But think about what is filling your little kids' brains with when they are so imprintable right now. Is that the right word? Imprintable, Joseph?
They're influenceable. They're easy to influence.
Yeah, easy to influence. They're like little sponges. So everything they're watching, all the songs they're listening to, all of it, it's going straight into their brains, and they act the way they are taught, or act the way they see. They think all of that's normal. Everything you see on TikTok, guys, 80% of that, not normal, not good, not okay.
The truth is, and it sounds wrong to say it this way, but if you don't raise your kids, the schools will. The world will.
That's very true. If you don't raise your kids at home, if you don't take hold of it, like Joseph just said, the schools and the world will raise them. And that's what I'm talking about. Hand your kid a phone, let them be in their room all evening with a phone, not knowing, having any idea what they're doing, watching, saying, seeing, posting.
And studies show it's detrimental to their brain development to have social media at that age, because they are still developing.
If you let them do that, if you let them sit in their room on their phones, having no idea what they're doing, guys, they're going to live the way they see the world. And through TikTok is not the way you want them to live or act. Delete TikTok. Don't eat. I'm telling y'all. I know you'll say, because I did too. I know you'll say, it's only on there because they watch it. They don't post it. Don't let them watch it. I know it's hard. They're going to whine. My daughter, we go through so much with her. They're going to be bored. What do I watch? What am I supposed to watch? Find something reasonable. You don't need TikTok or YouTube shorts. That's a big way to help. That's a big way to take out the nasty cuss words they're all saying, the trends they're seeing, like even the bad trends, hurting themselves, or the games that little kids have died trying to play, like the choke games and all that. If these kids were not allowed to see that stuff, they wouldn't know about it. And I understand it's not a perfect world. They're always going to hear about it because there's always going to be kids that are going to see it. Because, like I said, not a perfect world. But we can try our hardest, right? For our kids. They're our future. Hey, Dawson CC. And I keep getting off track. Here's my question for the chat. Do you all think the parents are making excuses for not doing their jobs as parents? Some, yes. Some just don't care. Some think that being that way is okay because that's how they are. Some make excuses for, they try to make it okay for, make themselves feel better about allowing it. Because it's their babysitter, or they think it's how the world is. They don't want their kid to be behind in the cool stuff, so they're letting them watch TikTok and stay popular and everything, stuff like that. And a lot of them, yes, will make excuses. Impressionable. Hey, Kelly Holcomb, thank you. Put my son. I put my son in Taekwondo. Why don't they spell it? Let's see. Taekwondo. So it should be spelled T-I-E Quan. Q-U-O-N Do. D-O-E. That's how it should be spelled. But it's spelled a totally different way, and you're supposed to know how to pronounce it. I say that stuff to Joseph all the time. Okay, sorry. He was bullied due to his small stature and shyness. One day, walking home, he decided to kick all their butts at once. Good. I'm proud of little man. After the fact that they know what was happening. So, yeah, I still will not change my previous answer, Pac-Man. That's my answer. Maybe Chats is different, but my answer is yes. Even after they know what's happening or how their child is acting to others on social media or on TikTok, any electronic device, period, they will still make excuses because that's their babysitter for their kids, or they think it's not as serious as it is, or that's how they act and they don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah. Some of the stuff we've heard her listening to, my daughter, upstairs. There was a CIA government program, can't remember. Television, music, TikTok, Facebook. I'll tell y'all, Facebook is terrible. How many of you guys, look, I want y'all to be really honest with me, and even if you're in the bushes, answer this, okay? So I know I'm not alone. I want to know if it does it to you like this also. You're scrolling Facebook. Does it make you depressed? Do you see these couples that are super happy and smiling and taking pictures with each other, and the girls have their hair done and makeup perfect and nice pretty clothes that they can afford, and then pictures of them taking their kids to all these vacation spots, and people posting pictures of a beautiful kitchen table all decorated, and you're looking around and you're like, dang, I wish I had that life. Why is my life so sad? Why is my life boring? Why can't I have enough money for those clothes? Or why can't I have enough money to go take my kids there? That's not fair. All those thoughts rush into your head scrolling Facebook. I know the truth is it's all fake. None of it looks how it is. The couple will take a picture smiling and then start fighting or be on the brink of divorce as soon as they put the phone down. The kitchen table, the beautiful picture of the kitchen table could be the only clean thing in the house. The couple that is on, or the people that are taking their kids on all these fun trips during the summer have 5 credit cards that are way overdue. They're so in debt they'll never be able to catch up, and they'll end up losing stuff. I know that's how it is, but in that moment when you see it, it looks good. And it makes you feel bad that you don't have that life, however you say it. You don't have those things, is what I'm trying to say. That's why Facebook is not healthy for you. I deleted my personal Facebook when I started YouTube, started streaming, because I didn't want people to see all my personal life stuff, all my photos of my whole family, my nieces and my nephew and my kids and everything. But because people are brutal, adults are brutal. That is so sad that you have to worry about what people are going to use against you. But other than that, when I did delete it and I stopped scrolling it all the time and I use Facebook to keep up, I have the dumpling Facebook now only, and I keep up with, I love it. I love it because I open it and I keep up with all the people I love in chat. My mind is so much healthier. I don't have to try to keep up with everyone I know living. You know what I mean? It's just that all the pressure's gone, and I don't feel sad scrolling through it wondering why the heck everyone else's life is better than mine. Just feeling bad for yourself, you know? That's what it did for me personally, okay? And that's what it does to my sister too, y'all. My sister she's driven herself crazy trying to keep up with the world instead of what she does have.
She takes keeping up with the Joneses to the extreme.
Yeah, I didn't want you to say anything too. Okay, let's see. I know, guys, but dang, the English language is hard. If there was legit mind control technology. Oh, heck yeah. He's right here, but I'm still replying to him. Not everyone has the ability to pull their kids out of school due to bullying. The other parents, schools, and teachers need stricter discipline when it comes to this. Well, I remember our principal called me over something little. I thought it was so little, but someone said something to Bailey and it might have hurt her. I don't know. It was something. I appreciated that so much. I didn't realize at the time how much I appreciated it. That principal is retiring, y'all. And I'm so sad because he was amazing. And even though our school, the teachers are all in this huge popularity contest themselves, like with the kids and with each other, the principal was awesome. He was awesome. And I wish, and that's what I'm saying, Tootie. I understand, obviously, but I agree. Because like me, I quit school because of math. I literally left school because of math. And I have dreams. My dreams are very frequently relived about things about school and how I'm going back to school and it's high school and I'm really behind on the math and it's just like it haunts me. Like it made me puke trying to understand, like literally the stress of going to math class because I couldn't comprehend it. It was hard. It was really hard for me. And I literally quit because of math. That's how mentally terrifying it was for me. So my point is I want to homeschool my kids, but even just math, like I don't know anything about it. I wouldn't be able to help them. I wouldn't be able to, and Joseph works, so it'd just be me helping them during the day. And I don't want to put them behind or make it to where they really don't understand or they're less educated. But I'm lucky that if I really want to homeschool them, I have the ability because I know that they give them all the tools on their computer to learn all that and to get help and stuff. But I do understand not all parents have the abilities to pull their kids out and that teachers should be more professional and strict and concerned. And I don't know. We just can't make the world perfect. I had this one teacher my daughter had. She called me every day telling me something about Bailey. I felt like she thought she was her mother. I was like, you are her teacher, lady. Like, she comes home to me. I'm raising her. the stuff she would say, it just felt like that. You know, it was really pushy. She was really into our life. Like, it was just weird. There's teachers like that too. I guess, like I said, not a perfect world, huh? My 5-year-old grandson watches YouTube all the time. It drives me crazy. He watches mud trucks, but still not good. Oh, mud trucks. He's 5. Mud trucks. That's okay. But it'll get worse. If his mom or dad, whoever does the CC, hands him the phone, and trust, I know because I did this, to keep him busy with, because it's so easy. And my kids, y'all, when they watched YouTube when they were younger, they learned so much. They learned huge words. They learned definitions. My son knew every name of every dinosaur and how to pronounce it by 5. Maybe younger, I'm just guessing. And it was a really good thing for them to watch. But since I handed them the tablets and the phones that early, they were so used to it and accustomed to it, and so was I, that I didn't realize the older they got really fast, the more they would learn on there. The worse stuff they would learn on there. And it happens so fast. And it earlier and earlier every day for kids. Real life is not all that. I'm just saying. It doesn't make me sad. Good for them. If it's real, I live my life. Some people aren't strong enough to. Some people, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. You know what I mean? Hey, we are Cody's Voice. Did you see the picture of the magnets of Cody I did for you? Dang, you throwing out some facts, some study percentage, babe. It used to, until I started being grateful for what I have, being happy with what I have. Yes. And that only happened until I switched Facebooks and stopped scrolling Facebook every day. I don't know if it's because I got more mature, but it wasn't long ago. So I guess I don't I don't know what happened, but I did realize that I had what I needed, and you know, be grateful for what you have, like you said. But I guess some people just don't ever get to that point, and they just keep trying to stay caught up with people's lives. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the end of your comment, me turning away the way I think changed my life. Yes, exactly. Hey, sweet tea and sunflowers, where have you been? How are you doing? I haven't even seen you in Brittany's. My grandson does that. My grandson does not have social media. He'll be 18 soon. So far, doesn't want it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I think that would be Joseph's. I think that's Joseph's goal for the kids. It's hard, guys. Parenting's hard. There's not a right way to do it. What? She says my grandson does not have social media. He'll be 18 soon. And so far, he does not want it because he knows people are idiots. I said, that's good. You know, that he grew up not having it. And now that he's 18, he realizes it was the right decision. Imagine how many things how do I say that? How many horrible things he curved by not seeing them on there. Does that make sense?
That's the only reason I want them off of it, because I know how bad it is.
Not going back to school. Kicked out. I know, Tootie. People pretending to be me and lots of other people using all kinds of stuff. Pac-Man, isn't it? I need to hear this. We are raising our 9-year-old grandson. We just got his first phone. It's so hard. It is so hard, Kelly. It's so hard. So hard. I'm learning still to this day. Even though my daughter has messed up a million times, she has her phone right now. Again, I'm testing her right now. We'll see. But all you can do is do your best. You can Google a lot for advice. That's what I do. But if I'm telling you, if I wouldn't have met Joseph and we wouldn't have got married, my kids would be completely free with their phones and I wouldn't check them. And they would be Bailey would still be making cute TikTok dances because I thought it was cute. So I'm very grateful. My granddaughter was bullied bad last year in school because she's biracial, and it was horrible for her. That's what happened with the Forrest video we watched with the little girl from Alabama. She was bullied because of her race. And it was really sad. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry about being negative about Facebook. That's what we're talking about. That is exactly what my oldest went through. He moved out here to this backwoods town, and he's mixed. So gross of people, huh? That's like Noelle earlier. Noelle on Miss Ann's panels, they said that there was an Amber Alert, and what did she say? She said, I can't remember the race of the person, but she said something about, thank gosh it was, I'm going to have to rewind and listen, guys. It was like, here it is. Yes, Emery. Noelle said, yeah, finally it was a white person, not a black person, a white person. And everyone's like, Noelle, you can't say that about races. And I said, you have to educate them. You have to educate them. If she doesn't know, tell her it's not about race. Every single color in the world does those crimes. None more than the other, none worse than the other. It's humans. Humans. We have to remind everyone that color means nothing. We're all humans. I'm talking about being bullied for the biracial races, and my oldest got choked in the bathroom. The principal didn't even. Oh, wait. And Noelle said that she's been on a bunch of different streams where people would say that it was all different colored. How do you say it? I'll say African American. I don't know the safe word that I don't want to offend anyone. She said that she's been on different streams where they were really against African Americans, saying that they were the ones doing all the, committing all the horrible crimes. And I was like, dang, see, these adults are teaching impressionable young adults and young children these things. They're not going to know any difference. They're taught that. They're going to think that. And that was a perfect example. Noelle saying that on a live and having no idea anything was wrong with saying that. So Gross Brothers says, my oldest got choked in the bathroom. The principal didn't even bother calling me until after my son had gotten home and told me about it. Dang. That's awful. My daughter showed up. Oh, that's okay. 61 likes. That's pretty good. Did you see in chat? Did you comment back to Ryan?
I didn't see it.
I absolutely love them. How else can I send you the money? I don't have PayPal of it, daughter, but I do have Cash App. Messenger. You can just pay me on Messenger. My kids don't have social media either. I have 5 of them. 5 kids, bless your soul. I'll pray for you. Good job though. I was on a mission. I thought I was going to jail. I understand. My 7-year-old great-grandson had 2. He does YouTube. Daddy made sure block kids stuff only. I don't know. All you can do is talk to their parents about it. When did you have to leave, Coco? When she said that, she was a crack up talking about write them down, definitely. I know. But she didn't know different, y'all, because adults were teaching her something different. Right, yes, she has special needs, and she's sitting on panels hearing that African Americans are the only ones that do those horrible crimes. I don't even want to know what panels that people are sitting around saying that, and people in chat are okay with it, and the whole panel's agreeing with it being said. I don't even want to know. But she didn't know that it wasn't right. You know? I was bullied by Hampton, Virginia community on the Cody case because I was white. I believe that 100% because adults are just as big as bullies. Why would she say that when she is with someone of color? She's special needs, Pac-Man. She doesn't understand. Her brain doesn't process like ours. You know? I know you said that you worked with all kinds of people before because of your job title. So imagine she's special needs, so she doesn't understand. No, Tootie, I've seen that happen too. I've seen that kind of stuff happen. I've seen people, adults, I've seen it happen. It's crazy. But okay, guys, I'm going to go down because we have 10 minutes until I start the game night. So I double booked myself, but I really, really, really wanted to have that live because of how important it is to not know, but realize how important it is to talk to your kids about it, because I've seen so many people say in all different states that kids are talking like that in every grade, and it's terrifying. And kids are acting on it, and kids' lives are ending from their own hands, and they know nothing. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know where to turn. They don't know how to deal with the emotions. I don't think so. I think maybe the people she's hanging around, who she's influenced by. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it here, and I will see y'all at game night, guys. Okay, Coco, I'll see you soon. Yeah, I know Cody's voice. Okay, I'll see y'all at game night. I love y'all. Make sure you leave a comment when this is over and hit the like so that it can get to more people. See y'all soon.